And now in matchup number two of the semifinals is between subscription-based pricing and cross-selling. Now, just to recap, subscription-based pricing is about having a recurring relationship with your clients. It's about providing them with a service to say, hey, you're going to have access to this service, meaning, let's say you have access to X number of phone calls or X number of ongoing support for this constant price that you're going to pay. That way, the client knows what the price is and they actually know, hey, here are the type of services I have access to. And if I need those services, I will reach out to the law firm, but they're going to pay the consistent price over time. Think about it like this is think about the streaming applications that you have. Those are subscription models where you have access to everything in their library and you pay a steady monthly fee. And when you use it, you're still paying the same price. When you don't use it, you're still paying the same price. So a subscription-based model for a law firm would be very similar. They have access to certain legal services and legal support, and they can use it as they need to use it, but they will pay the same price consistently, which becomes attractive for clients because now they have an idea on, hey, I can plan better for what the legal support will be because I'm going to pay the same price consistently over time. Now, the thing for the law firm is to make sure that you are very clear and honest about what the scope is, like what types of legal support fit into that subscription model. Because if you don't put proper scoping around it, what ends up happening is you end up spending a ton of time doing a lot of things that may not have been in scope, which means your subscription strategy could go actually negative if you're not properly scoping it. Now, on the other side, you have your cross-selling strategy. Now, what the cross-selling strategy is when a person comes in for a certain service or they come in for a legal support for a certain matter. If you have other types of services that can actually support them, then you can offer those other types of services. And this becomes very helpful if you have the right kind of practice area combination. For example, if you are a firm that's providing a service that, let's say, they win a very big case, but now they're like, hey, I need to figure out how do we set up proper trust and estate because we won this big settlement, but I want to make sure that my children are taken care of if something happens to me. If you offer the support in the litigation, plus you offer kind of estate kind of planning, those can be cross-selling services. Now, here's the thing about cross-selling services is when it comes down to cross-selling services, you got to have the right combination and you need the people with the right skill sets to combine those. For example, if you are a litigator, also being a litigator and an expert in estate planning, it's possible, but it does require you to have to kind of think and live in two different worlds of expertise. And not every firm is in a position to be able to execute that. Now, if you're in a larger firm where you do have different practice areas, where you're big enough to have different experts in different practice areas, a cross-selling strategy could be great. But if you don't have that expertise, it could be a challenge. So as you can see, both strategies, the subscription pricing model and the cross-selling model, they both have great opportunities, but they also have very real challenges to being able to implement these strategies so that you can see profitability in your law firm. So when we put these two strategies head to head and we said which one would be a winner as far as being able to generate more profitability for a law firm, what we realize is the winner of this matchup is the subscription pricing model. And here's why the subscription pricing model won. Is because the subscription pricing model is something that doesn't require you to have a cross of practice area expertise. Not everybody is going to have access to bringing on partners or attorneys who have a level of expertise that they don't have. But what everyone can do is you can probably more easily implement a subscription pricing model because that way you don't have to have multiple levels of expertise. You can focus on your level of expertise and say, hey, what is something that we do kind of on a repetitive basis? What is something that we can provide access to this type of legal services? We can put a clear scope around it, and we can set a constant price for it that people can pay and say, hey, by paying this monthly fee, you have access to this level of legal support on this specific type of matter. And that's something that any law firm can implement, and you don't need a cross-functional kind of expertise in your firm, which is why subscription pricing won in this round. Now, there you have it for the semifinals of the law firm edition of the World Cup. And in next video, we're going to be talking about the finals. And the finals is going to be between a client lifetime value versus subscription pricing to see, hey, in 2026, of the tournament that we've gone through, which strategy can drive profitability and which will be the winner of 2026. And make sure you stay tuned, because even after the finals, what we're going to do is we're going to tell you how you can download a copy of the Profit Strategy Workbook, where we're going to lay out all 16 strategies and we're going to explain each of them. We're going to give you examples of how each of these profitability strategies can work in your firm. So make sure you stay tuned for the finals and for that bonus release on how you can download a free copy of that workbook.